artifact goes completely over the citizen standard, so number 3, and it does include all of the indicators there. This is a digital citizenship course that we made called Digital Empowerment, and you can see as we go to the course objectives that this course has been set up completely around the indicators in the citizen standard. And so let's take a look at how this works. If we go to the module view, you can see we've got a whole thing on the new digital citizenship, and then we've got the ISTE standards in here. It explains what their final project is going to be, and then lots of resources for them. In the end, they're going to be creating a hyperdoc, so we included some things on how to do that. But let's get into the indicators themselves. So the first one is 3A, create experiences for learners to make positive, socially responsible contributions and exhibit empathetic behavior online. And so you can see we've got some explanation here as well as a video for them to watch. What respectful online behavior is. As we go on, you can see building community using social media. And then we have a collaborative activity in each one of the modules. And in this one, it's a thing link. And what this allows them to do is to see these digital citizenship lessons that we've set up in here. And then finally, in each module, there's going to be this reflection where they pick one of the resources or the collaborative activity that they're going to use, and they share that and explain why, what they're going to do with it and how it meets the ISTE standard. And then there's also some resources that we have there. We've got the Google lessons on Be Internet Awesome. We've also got some common sense media lesson plans, as well as one on identifying cyberbullying. Let's go to the next module. This is 3B, which is establish a learning culture that promotes curiosity and critical examinations of online resources. And on this one, the focus, let me go back. There's an educator toolkit within Common Sense Media that has lots of great lesson plans. And so depending on the age group of the students that the teacher has, they would pick the one that they want to go to here. And then they just have lots of great stuff. So we didn't feel like we needed to really create anything, but really get teachers there. And then the collaborative activity in this one is an Adobe Spark that they would create. And what they would be doing, you can see here, is work in a small group and brainstorm what students need to know in order to evaluate if an online source is credible. And then they would create either a page, post, or video on that. And then we get to the reflection. So this is where they're going to share their resource or their collaborative activity. And then also within that module, you can see we have other resources. There's some videos and articles on digital literacy. But let's take a look at the next one. So 3C, this is mentor students in safe, legal, and ethical practices with digital tools and the protection of intellectual rights and property. So we've got a video here on fair use. And then some things on copyright. More things on copyright. And then we get to Creative Commons because we want people to actually share what they're creating. And then we have an online library in the state of Utah, and this is a video on how to use the citation tools. And then the collaborative activity in this module is using Nearpod. And then finally we get to the reflection. So they would share their one resource or collaborative activity for intellectual rights and property. And then the last one is going to be on data management. And you can see here's the standard, model, and promote management of personal data and digital identity and protect student data privacy. And as we go through the module, you can see we've got management of digital identity. We've got some videos on that explaining what that would be. Student data privacy, how we're going to lock that down, and some things specific to the state of Utah. And then our collaborative activity is a hyperdoc. And then, of course, is the reflection where they share that. And, again, a key piece here is explain how this meets the ISTE standard. And then finally, we've also got some lesson plans there. And then we get to the final assignment where they're going to submit what they came up with. And that's, remember, they've got to do 2 resources and 1 collaborative activity for each of the ISTE standards, and then there is a place for them to reflect on how they're going to use this in their practice. And so you can see this is how this course has been created specifically around the ISTE Citizen standard and the indicators there, so that teachers can meet this as they teach digital citizenship to their students.